of an innocent man. That's just it. Well, that's all that's I've never leave my house in a meaningful way in 2 or 3 months. Just here that I'll be picked up where the rest of them.
Now, obviously, this police report was false. She described him, so it wasn't like she was confused in that way. She said, this was the person who assaulted me. But you would think.
Keep up! You don't look so good. Stay off! We like you.
Acknowledge the code Catherine has not been charged in this case.
Let's rock.
Police reports.
The best is yet to come.
Worse than most diabolical people. Scot-free. It's your dumb brain to figure out that this man in a wheelchair
You can fight it
does all that.
or rock with it.
Leave all women. They did, and you see what that got this wheelchair-bound man. So we have a situation where a guy who was obviously innocent was forced to prove his innocence, or he would go to jail. And the woman eventually came clean and said, hey, I made a mistake. Now, my question to you, should this man sue the police department for all it's worth? Yes. 100% yes. I say yes. And number two, should this woman be charged? Hell yes. I think he should be paid millions of dollars for his pain and suffering, and I think this woman should go to jail for filing another false police report. Now, with that being said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do like great YouTube stuff. This is Ashley Pollard.
During a hunt, a boar was angrily chasing a man. When the boar was finally caught, the man told his comrade named Rain that it was now up to him to finish the job. Using his axe, Rain hacked the boar in the back. Seeing that it caused some damage, Rain tried to... He is now. Following Tesla's advice, Lars calls the Saltwings, telling them to watch how he will deal with the dragon. After channeling his magic and focusing it on his right hand, Lars waits for the dragon to make a mistake. When the dragon tries to attack, Lars immediately moves away and punches the dragon right in the face with his fist full of magic. The Saltwings cannot believe what they have seen, as they witness Lars knock the dragon down. With his newfound confidence, Lars plans to show everyone the strength of his magic. While dodging the dragon's attack, Lars wondered if what he was following was caused by a wind spirit, since he felt like he could blow away all the treasure with his power. When Lars finally got closer to the dragon, he landed a kick right at its face. However, he did not expect that the dragon would counterattack right away, and ended up getting swatted away by the dragon's tail. Lars was very grateful that he had learned how to strengthen his body, as he was sure that the dragon's attack would have shattered his bones to pieces. The Saltwings were in shock and amazed by Lars, wondering where he had learned how to fight. As Lars continued to evade the dragon's attacks, he became worried for Tesla, as she had almost gotten hit by one of the dragon's fireballs. When Lars asked Tesla why she did not dodge the attack, Tesla responded that she would not be doing anything to defend herself, leaving the task of defeating the dragon all to Lars. Shocked by Tesla's words, Lars also knew that Tesla was doing it for his benefit. As Lars continued to fight the dragon, he wondered what type of attack he could use since he couldn't use big spells. Lars then thought of an idea and charged right at the dragon. Since Lars was not allowed to use magic to blow the dragon away from the outside, he thought that he might be able to blow the dragon away from the inside instead. After getting closer to the dragon and landing an uppercut, Lars then used magic inside the dragon, killing it in an instant. Witnessing Lars's fight, Tesla thought that Lars's idea was smart. Lars then mentioned how he had remembered Tesla's words that he was not allowed to use too much power, which led him to use his magic inside the dragon. Tesla praised Lars for a job well done and informed him that he would be known among mages as the one and only Dragon Slayer. Embarrassed to wear such a title, Lars told Tesla that he still had a long way to go for him to have a title. Tesla was pleased with Lars' answer and suggested to Lars that they go back to the guild and start his training properly. Out of nowhere, Ruri came running towards Lars and pushed Tesla away. Ruri grabbed Lars' hand, telling him that he was welcome to rejoin their party, as she was confident that they would become an S rank with Lars in the party. Lars refused the offer, but Rory insisted on Lars joining, informing him that he could now have a share of the cut and would no longer have to do their chores. Lars expressed how he no
There's
longer wanted to
inspiration
return
in
to the
every
Salt Wings
glance
after how
and
he was
every
treated
breeze.
before. Lars's decision became clouded after Rory tried to persuade him, offering him more than just treasure. However, Lars's decision remained the same, and he pushed the ladies away. Aside from their looks, Lars informed Rory and the others that they were the worst. Angered by Lars's words, Rory then started to paint Lars as a bad guy after inviting him and having their offer rejected. Tesla did not want Lars to interact with the Salt Wings anymore and informed him to stop talking with them, and that they should retrieve their treasure. Rain then confronted Tesla, telling her that it was their treasure since they were in the dragon's den first. Tesla explained to Lars that even if they were the first ones to arrive, they still would not be able to touch the dragon's treasure since they were not the ones who defeated the dragon. Rain mentioned that he had never heard such a thing before and thought that he might have to use force to stop Tesla. A man then appeared from behind, pointing his blade at Tesla's neck. Seeing how the situation had already escalated, Rory introduced their new member, Jekyll. Tesla told Rain that she too loved using force. Using her magic, Tesla was able to subdue both Jekyll and Rain by summoning hands from the ground. Picking up the knife that Jekyll was carrying, Tesla mentioned that she had never seen an assassin before and smelled poison on the knife. Lars finally realized that the people he was with before were the worst of the worst, as they would even kill someone to obtain treasure. Unable to contain his emotions, Lars laughed while tears ran down his face. Seeing how their plan had failed, Rory and the others then tried to make a run for it. Unfortunately for them, Tesla had no plans of letting them get away. After subduing all the members of the Salt Wings, Tesla asked Lars if he wanted payback for how he was treated. Lars told Tesla that the Salt Wings were just too pathetic, and that he did not have the energy to even waste on them. Lars called himself stupid for trusting such people for so long. Tesla believed that trusting people was not stupid, as she explained that what had first interested her about Lars was his strong magic power, but now it was his ability to trust people. Getting involved with others frightened Tesla, but with Lars as her partner, Tesla did not mind. Riding a carriage back to town, she was completely exhausted. Since they had obtained lots of treasure, Tesla told Lars that it was up to him how he spent his money. However, Tesla recommended that Lars...
You struggle with hard functional property or some damage. This is Cloverly, and it's been a game changer for my skin. This is a lightweight serum and a sun-safe, non-irritating alternative.
However, Tesla recommended that Lars buy some enchanted equipment like her rod, as such an item was necessary for controlling one's magic. Before falling asleep, Tesla lastly recommended to Lars to purchase a house where he could rest and replenish his magic. Though a house was very expensive, hearing how Tesla called it their house, Lars couldn't help but be tempted to buy one. Arriving at the guild, Lars woke Tesla up and suggested that she change her clothes before going inside. Holly greeted the two and was surprised that they were somehow late. Lars explained that Tesla took some time changing her clothes. When Tesla handed over her clothes, Holly was shocked to see that all her capes were ruined. Lars took the blame for what had happened to Tesla's clothes, telling Holly that he was just converted to Tesla. Holly had already heard about what happened on the quest and felt sorry for Lars's former teammates. After dealing with his former teammates, Lars was promised by the Adventurer's Guildmaster that he would be lenient with the Salt Wings. For the reward for their mission, Holly informed Lars that the treasure they found was a sum of 400 million ruts. Lars turned pale as he did not expect the amount to be so huge. Tesla informed Lars that with his power, he would be able to make even more than what noble families had. Holly also believed in Lars's ability, and was certain that he would surely reach the top very soon. Due to Lars's recent accomplishments, Holly congratulated him, as he was now promoted to rank E. After receiving a new robe, Lars felt that he did not deserve the promotion yet as he had just started. Seeing how modest Lars was, Tesla told him that it was also okay to be proud of his talents. Tesla also saw the benefit of being honest and timid, as people like that were known to live longer lives, while having too much confidence brought him reward. Understanding Tesla's point but still choosing to wear the white cape, Lars had finally gotten used to it and wished to fight using it. Realizing that they would not be able to change Lars's mind, Holly gave up and accepted his rejection of the promotion. When the two finally left the guild, Tesla noticed that Lars was very nervous. Lars explained that he was holding so much mithril that it was making him anxious. Since Lars had received a huge lump of money, Tesla suggested that they purchase an enchanted item. When Lars mentioned how relieved he was to finally have the money to buy a house, Tesla looked confused and asked why he wanted to purchase one. When Lars responded that it was because he was hoping to buy a house, Tesla ended up getting embarrassed, sensing that she may have said something she shouldn't have. Tesla then informed Lars that she would have to think more about the house, to which Lars simply agreed. On their way to purchase an enchanted item, Lars felt a bit uneasy about the area they were in, and asked Tesla if she was sure there was a shop selling enchanted items nearby. When the two reached a dead end, Tesla used her staff and knocked on the floor. Out of nowhere, a staircase appeared. As the two walked down and entered the shop, Lars did not expect to see so many items inside. The two were then greeted by an old woman. As both Tesla and the old woman recognized each other, the old woman asked Tesla about Lars's identity. When the old woman assumed that Lars was Tesla's boyfriend, Tesla became embarrassed and informed the woman that Lars was her pupil. After Lars introduced himself, the old woman, in response, introduced herself as Rodri, the shop owner. Rodri laughed at how polite Lars was, since it was very rare for mages to be polite. After informing Rodri that she wanted to purchase an enchanted item for Lars, Tesla added that they needed an item that could handle very strong magic. Rodri became intrigued when Tesla mentioned that Lars' magic was far stronger than hers. Rodri showed the two a variety of items meant to control how one's magic power flows, and suggested that they examine the enchanted items very carefully.